Hola, mis amigos. Bienvenidos a la referencia de la película, aka the movie reference. We're on episode 47 with your hostess with the mostest. This black screen I'm looking at. Marc Anthony Daddy coming in at a solid 6 foot if he stood up straight, weighing about 190 pounds. And then you have me. I'm not going to say my weight, but I'll say I'm 5'5", 5'6" in the morning. And today is spoiler. So if you don't want to hear any spoilers about Thor, Love and Thunder, you can leave. Thank you. Marc Anthony, please put your video back on and tell me about your experience at seeing Thor. Marc Anthony? He muted his mic. That's fine. I can do it without you. I've been doing my whole life without you. Babe, please tell me about your experience seeing Thor, Love and Thunder. Wait. Have you seen all the other Thors before this Thor? AKA Thor 1, 2, and 3.
So I am pretty sure I've only seen one of the Thors of 1 and 2. And I'm pretty sure I've not seen Ragnarok.
For everyone that's listening, Ragnarok is the best Thor in my humble opinions, because the other two Thors were kind of like boring in my opinion. They weren't as fun. They were more serious. And Ragnarok is like a good representation of Thor. Like Thor is kind of like a Neanderthal. He's like a what's the word I'm trying to say? A clumsy, stupid, sexy god is what I'll say. So Thor Ragnarok was like a good display of what Thor is. Remember, if you don't come back on here, I'm gonna whoop some ass. I waited for you all day to get on the podcast. You better show up. As I said. Unmute your mic and let's talk about Thor. You hemorrhoid having son of a gun, get on the mic. He went off video again. My ear went out.
What do you mean your ear went out?
My left ear keeps going out.
Okay. Hi.
Can you stop crying?
Hi, everybody. Oh my God.
You should put what time I talked about your hemorrhoid.
Oh no, we're gonna keep it in.
Keep it in.
We're gonna keep it in, just in case one day if that's part of my legacy. I was dying laughing over here.
Were you really? You should have kept it on the microphones.
Why? I told you.
I have the laugh track.
I told you. I was gonna let you go as far as you can.
I can't talk for that an hour and a half.
So you know why my job is so difficult. I'm kidding.
I never said it wasn't difficult.
Hey, the Toods, stop here.
You need to stop it.
The Toods.
LaFonda.
The Toods, stop here.
You stop the Toods.
Okay, we're friends.
Or we enemies?
Frenemies. Wait, didn't they say something about frenemies in Thor? I can't remember. Anyways, what was your question? I'm so sorry after all that confusion. Everyone's all mad now because
I said, please, Margaret, do pray tell. about Thor.
My experience with Thor.
Yeah, you could say your experience with the other three, and
Right.
then bring in the 4. I don't know.
I mean, however we want to go about this. Great job, by the way. I mean, yes, of course, everyone. Hopefully, they tuned off if they want to still see Thor: Love and Thunder. We're going to talk about it. Which another example of we probably should have watched it to be fresh. Anyways,
No, because I don't like the other 2.
no. The Love and Thunder we should have watched it and recorded right after. But
It's fresh in my head.
oh, cool. So I love
Listen,
Thor. I don't know what to
shirtless
say.
scene.
The first Thor movie, I remember, it's hey guys, it's me. I talk a lot. The first Thor movie, I remember not being excited to see whatsoever. In fact, with when MCU first started and was starting to build, I liked Iron Man. I wasn't excited about the other films per se, but they were always a surprise. That was the best part about Phase 1 is that every time I went to go see it, a friend would be like, "Hey, let's go see it. Let's go see it." I would always end up being surprised. And Thor was one I no desire to see it, but my friends convinced me to go see a midnight screening of it, and we went to go see it IMAX 3D. And I already wasn't a fan of 3D, but I was like, "All right, fine. It might be fun." And at the time, I was the dad. I was activate dad mode. I was the one that was off work, so I waited in line, waited for them. But anyway, we went in, and as soon as it went on, man, I was just like, "Oh!" I was instantly impressed with the first Thor movie, and by the time it ended, I said, "Oh, I'm gonna go see this again." This was a real treat. I know everyone bags on that movie about the chemistry between Chris Hemsworth and Natalie Portman. That's not why for me, the best part of that movie is the fish out of water stuff, right? It's Thor in New Mexico.
And Chris Hemsworth.
Well, yeah, Chris Hemsworth, which he looks kind of odd in the first one. I don't know if you noticed. It looks like
I think it's the wig.
It's the wig. His eyebrows look super dyed. Like, but they fix it in Thor: The Dark World. And he was great in Avengers when when they all teamed up. Of course, it's such a triumphant event. Thor: Dark World I thought it was a fun movie. Everyone hates that one, the second one, with the elves and Malekith and all that stuff. It was fun. I enjoyed it for a long time. I haven't seen it in a while though. But I think if I would put it on today, I'd be like, oh, it's still, I enjoy it. But Thor Ragnarok.
Amen, player.
That was a game changer of a film. Game changer. And it had the blend of the perfect blend of comedy and the dramatic stuff, the tension, there was stuff that happened to Thor. The stakes were there.
Mm-hmm.
People died that needed to die, not needed to die, but to tell Thor's story, it was like a personal story, losing his father, losing Asgard. It was I don't know. It had that great mix. And then I thought he did fantastic in Infinity War and Endgame. Yep. I thought, to be perfectly honest, I think Infinity War is the best representation of Thor, in my humble opinion, because it's a mix of all of it. He's funny, but he's also extremely emotional, and he's really serious, and he's really pissed off. It's something about him being like, he's a badass. That's when he gets his Stormbreaker and stuff. So anyways, that's my experience with Thor, Captain Brittany.
Boom, bada bing, bada boom. I already said I had my experience with Thor.
I know. I just, what's next?
Oh, now I want to talk about what was your vibe with Thor: Love and Thunder then?
Vibe, like my anticipation or what?
Yeah. Like I already knew, because we watched it with Nathan, and Nathan said it was he couldn't get into it at first. And he said it was more funny than I was expecting. So I was like, did you not see Thor Ragnarok?
Oh.
I don't think you saw Thor Ragnarok because like the first 2 movies were too serious, in my opinion. And then Thor Ragnarok kind of Taika Waititi.
Yep.
I think his style is more comedy. but still there was some moments that were serious or scary.
Well, if I can interject here, Taika is an extremely funny person. He has a lot of
Mm-hmm.
quirky comedies. His movies are there's a childlike essence to all of them, even when you're dealing with a subject matter like Hitler in
Mm-hmm.
Jojo Rabbit. He still manages to pull off this like emotional but funny movie, even though it's about this child who has an imaginary friend that is Adolf Hitler, um, which is crazy. But he's just a quirky kind of dude, and he put that in Thor Ragnarok. But here's the thing: the I guess my one like gripe where I understand where Nathan's coming from. Like I said, Infinity War is my favorite version of Thor. It's right after Ragnarok. It's before Endgame and all that stuff. Um, but what happened was they took what they did in Thor Ragnarok and they amplified it by 11. Right? They turned the volume up to 11 for Thor: Love and Thunder. Not only that, they had Taika Waititi is dug into his childhood bag for this movie, but also that What If series. There's an episode of Thor that is just partying across the galaxy. Like all he wants to do is party.
Hell yeah.
And I think that's what Marvel leaned into was the current stuff. The current mind of Taika, the current way we've been seeing Thor, and just like let's amplify it. Let's see how far we can take this. And my opinion,
Uh-oh.
this film made Thor too silly. Made him too silly. It was hilarious. The movie is
Mm-hmm.
hilarious.
That's what I thought.
But because I love the Infinity War Thor, I felt like, oh man, they really made him super silly. But it was also endearing. It was childlike and it made it a good time. But
Mhm.
when you take a step back and you're looking at it, you're like, well, they made him really, really silly. They basically made a Kevin Hart out of Thor.
Yeah, I guess I can see where all
But he
coming
he
from.
does turn it on though. He turns on the tough guy stuff, and when he, looks into the camera and stuff like he has it. I'm just saying that they really like, hey, this moment, don't take it so serious. Especially with the film like A Dark World and stuff, Thor the Dark World, or even the moment where they bring back that theatrical people, the theater people, and they make fun of when Odin dies. They amped it,
Oh
right?
yeah.
Yeah, so I think that was the whole intent was to what's the word I'm looking for? Take a serious moment and make it irrelevant or what's it called? Well, I don't know. I can't think of the word.
Irreverent.
Irreverent, no matter what. So where Lady Sif looks like she's gonna die, Thor goes, "You're not really going to Valhalla.
Your arm might.
Your arm might." Like instead of taking it serious to be like, well, that's Thor's best friend and almost, I mean, it seemed like they were leaning towards love interest. You think he would be like, no, Lady Sif, and save her. But it wasn't like that. It was to subvert the dramatics of a lot of things. But the drama was still there. And I'm not dissing the movie. I'm just saying that this is one of the things that when I took a step back, I was like, wow, they went the opposite. Because the first Thor movie, Thor is cocky and all this stuff, and he learns how to.
Yeah.
And so now we're 4 movies in, all this has happened. I've come to the conclusion that I think this is just trauma from Endgame. I think this is just that's why Thor has no compass. He doesn't know what he wants to do. He's been serious. He's been protecting the world, the universe, the galaxies, or whatever. And now he's lost, of course, and that's why he's a little more silly. Maybe that's what they're going to use, but I don't know. I don't know. Sorry, that was a long-winded thing, but there was a lot of things pointing towards that Thor is going to be silly.
Yeah. Even what was it? Olivier,
Yeah,
Nathan's brother. He didn't die for this, or he didn't like love the movie.
right.
But I tells you this. Maybe I'm an easy person to entertain,
Mhm.
but I loved it. It made me smile the whole time. I thought it was funny and silly and still had a storyline. And I'd watch it again.
Well,
And well,
sorry.
what was it? Jorge said his least favorite part were the kids at the end.
Wow.
But I told him, I was like, they had all their kids in the movie, like Natalie Portman's kids, Christian Bale's kids,
Mm-hmm. Like
Chris Hemsworth. Okay, I did not know that was his daughter though. The one that he was serving the pancakes in, because she looked more like Christian Bale.
Yeah, I thought that was Christian Bale's daughter.
So now I was trying to figure out which one was Christian Bale's daughter.
Well, you know, he's been keeping his kids hidden, so I'm sure she was amongst the group, but they're not gonna like specify. But
yeah,
no,
I
but
thought that was awesome.
That's the thing, though. I 100% agree with you. This movie's hilarious. It's action packed. It's a fun summer blockbuster. It's got a lot of cool characters.
Good music.
It was
bunch of famous people in it.
Bunch of famous people in it. It was meant to be the antidote to what has happened the last 2 years. You know what I mean? With all the COVID and
yeah.
You look at a lot of the summer blockbusters, they're not typically like hilarious. You know, the Batman's not hilarious. You know,
well, this was better than Spiderhead.
Okay, better than Spiderhead. But it's just it feels like they're like, let's just have fun. Let's just be kids. You know.
But I feel like they're trying to make that direction with all of the Marvel movies now though. They should just let Thor do it only.
Well, I don't know. It's interesting because I don't think Doctor Strange was funny like this movie.
Nah, Doctor Strange's not.
I don't think honestly, I don't think any of the recent movies or shows feel like this movie does. I feel like Thor's been the only one. It's very much in the vein of a Deadpool. I think that's probably why maybe some were like, "Whoa, how do they turn Thor into kind of like Deadpool without breaking the fourth wall?" But yeah, I don't know. It's weird because as a movie, as it stands on its own, it's like I had a good time. I had so much fun. I love it. But then when I think of it in the context of the MCU, I still have my like, what's going on? It feels so the whole as a whole feels like it's so broken apart. Like we're gonna find out that these are all different timelines. Oh, I think I just figured it out. Oh, I feel like, man, these must be all different time. Like maybe the timeline broke when Thanos dies, and it just went chaos, and we're just seeing all these different stories. And then all of a sudden, there's gonna be one movie that's gonna be like, whoop, explained all of it. I don't know. I enjoyed it though. I don't want anybody to think I'm like bagging on it. I'm not. I'm just saying it was a fun time. It's a great movie to go see. You know, Christian Bale as Gore. Yeah. Very menacing.
Scary.
Very scary. Very serious. I thought he was gonna have a little more comedic moments. I don't know. I just thought, you know, because Taika's really good with his characters. I thought, oh, maybe he'll, you know, because Christian Bale talks very highly about the stuff that didn't make it in the movie, and I almost feel like he's mad that it didn't make it in the movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's like a dance that he did and a scream that he did that didn't end up in the movie, and I'm like, oh, I wonder what happened. And then I don't know. That was my other.
The extended cut, it'll have it.
Well, Taika already said something today. Director's cuts don't. They're not good. Yeah. So, but my only other gripe about the movie, which I already talked about, is Thor being really silly. The second one was that I think Gore wasn't in it enough.
The Rock guy?
No, Gore. Gore, the God Butcher, Christian Bale.
The God Butcher.
Not because I'm like, oh, all about Christian Bale and I wanted him on the whole movie. I just think that all they needed is one more scene. Like he should have attacked Zeus. He should have been the one to attack.
That would have been cool. Yeah, but I like that scene.
You know, I do too. I do. You flick too hard, damn it.
And I like the part where he's like going down the stairs with a skirt.
Yeah. Oh, Russell Crowe's great.
You're not invited to the orgy.
Yeah. He was hilarious. But I just think that, man, if they would have had one more God kill, that would have added so much more to what Bale is doing in the role. Even though they hint at it and all that, everything happens off screen. I just think they needed one more God kill because we only got the one in the beginning. And then we got the cool fight that happens where you get Stormbreaker, and then
Well,
the
like
end.
they should have killed one more prominent god.
Yes, yes, and I think that's been a little bit of my issue, like with Doctor Strange. Remember, I was like, I wish they went to one more multiverse, like one more place.
Yeah,
Which,
I
by
can
the
see that.
way, I know a lot of people will probably disagree with me, but I actually watched Doctor Strange again recently, and I think I like it more the second time around.
Interesting.
You know what I mean? And honestly, Britt, I think I want to go back to just not giving ratings unless I really feel it. I will like wait until I see it again, or let me have time. Like, cause I was thinking about Buzz today, and I was like, man, I gave it a 7. I think I would put that thing as a 6 now that I keep thinking
Whoa.
about it. And so I'm like, man, am I like? I feel like I'm reviewing all these movies wrong. You know? You ever feel like when you like do the show, you go, I wish I didn't say that because
All
I
the time.
yeah, I don't know. There's a couple times I'm like, man, this recording sometimes like
But most people that are gonna see it are only gonna see it that one time. So you need to give them your
True.
honest review the first time you saw it.
I know, but sometimes a movie's better. Honest, sometimes a movie gets better the second time. You know what I
Mm.
mean? It just
Yeah,
happens.
I just love this movie. It made me want to be in a movie.
Yeah, let's go. Let's dig into this, man, because I don't want to make people think I don't like this movie. I was just
Yeah.
pointing out a couple criticisms, but as a whole, man, it's so funny. So it opens up with a really intense. I didn't think it was going to open up this way, but with Christian Bale and his daughter, bless you,
Thank
who
you.
who we find out is love later on. Bless you again.
Thank you.
We found out she's love later, and
What do you mean, love?
she's love.
What do you mean?
You know, the end of the movie, they became known as Love and Thunder.
Oh, I didn't know that was her name.
That's what they call her, I guess. I don't know what her real name is, but anyways, she dies, and Bale is at that time praying to a god who doesn't care.
Just like the regular god.
And I guess they killed somebody that had the sword. I forget what the sword is called, the Necrosword.
Yeah, it's like a weird name.
And then but Bale gets a hold of it, boom, kills that god. And that sets up his whole motivation right there to want to find I guess this magical wishing well.
Mhm.
I don't know what it's
Yeah.
called. To try to wish that all the gods die, basically, that are dead. And then well, we get a cool ass Thor scene after that, right? With the Guardians. I wish the Guardians
Yeah.
were in it more. Chris
That
Pratt,
was
man, he was awesome. No response.
No, he was good. I mean, like,
What was cool about this one? Okay, because at the end of Endgame, they were butting heads.
mhm.
I'm the captain. Infinity War, they mock each other. You're mocking me. No, you're
Yeah.
mocking me. And then they butt heads at the end of Endgame about who's the captain of the ship. But in this one, it was cool to see Star-Lord kind of, say the battle cry that Thor has been saying. What does Thor say? It ends here or something, and then you see
Oh, it ends now.
yeah, it
I
ends
like
now,
that.
and then Chris Pratt's right there. That's now. It's like so you can see that there's some type of, I guess, bond
Yeah.
between them. And then of course Thor, okay, it's totally set up. The guy says, "That's our precious building," da 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 da, and I knew right then, oh, Thor's gonna destroy it.
I thought he wasn't.
No, I knew he was gonna destroy it. But that's what they did a lot of times, is subvert the expectation, Be like, oh no, Thor's not gonna destroy it. And then he does destroy it, and you're like, in my mind, I would think, oh, Thor's not gonna destroy it. He's gonna make sure it stays in one piece because it's
Yeah.
Thor, he has a heart. And instead, go it's completely destroyed. But then he does that awesome Jean-Claude Van Damme kick,
Yep.
which I saw
The
on
kick.
the previews and stuff, and I was like, I don't know if that's gonna work. But when it happened, and he looked
Yeah.
at the guy and he started screaming,
He's like,
"Ah!" I loved it, man.
That's too good. And then I love when they gave him the goats afterwards.
Ah!
Ah!
I thought that was gonna get old.
Yeah, it didn't.
It did not. And for
Yeah.
some reason, like I was like, this is gonna get old. But man, they timed it right every fucking time. When they crashed into that planet, when
Yep.
you think it's gonna be like it's not round or whatever. I don't know how to explain it, but they like literally went oh, those goats,
Oh.
man. It reminded us of Sam. We really missed Sam during the movie.
Aw.
Yeah, I know. And then of course Thor says goodbye to the Guardians, and then after that we find out what happens to Jane. What's going on with Jane
Oh
Foster?
yeah, Jane. They broke up. They had like a cute little romance montage of when they were together, and then they
Yeah.
started drifting apart because he was too scared to lose her, so he started working more. So did she. But then she gets cancer,
Yep.
stage 4.
Stage 4 cancer.
So she's trying to like work in the lab to figure out if she can find a cure. But while she's doing that, what is his name? Thor's hammer,
Mjolnir. Mjolnir.
Mjolnir,
Mjolnir.
basically calls to her. And she
Right.
like,
Hey, I missed that. Did it really call to her, or did she like that was just an added piece of dialogue that it called to her?
I think I didn't hear him call to her, but she
Okay.
went to him.
I
And
remember
then
that.
it
Yeah.
like blah, 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 blah,
Right.
started electrifying and went to her. And then she became later Thor. But she's
Mighty
still sick.
Thor.
Mighty Thor. And if you can't get that right, it's Dr. Jane Foster.
And eat my hammer.
Hammer. But yeah. Oh, so sad. I thought that the hammer would cure her.
Oh, I did too. What a twisted fate.
Yeah.
It's just still killing her.
Yeah, I didn't. That sucked. And
Damn.
then they were gonna get back together, but then he finds out she got cancer.
Oh, I know. And that
And
was
then-
that was the best part about this movie is that their chemistry was more believable than ever.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe Natalie was just like, I don't like what's on these pages, but I'm just gonna do the movie.
Yeah,
and then
maybe.
and then this one, she did like it, so she's like, oh, I'm gonna
Yeah.
y'all gonna feel the love. I can feel the love, and
Did you
I'm-
see an interview with them? And they're like, "How gay is this movie?" And Natalie Portman goes, "Super gay." So the whole time I was watching, I was like trying to find some moments, so there wasn't. Just the rock guy.
There's a couple moments where I thought Valkyrie was gonna fall in love with Mighty Thor, and that
Oh yeah.
maybe, excuse me, that could happen. Obviously, Korg's relationship and Korg's parents' relationships, and then I don't know who else. Oh, Russell Crowe's character, Zeus.
Oh, with this
felt like-
orgy.
Yeah, I felt like he was because even the guys next to him were looking at him like that. So, anyways, but it was cool. You know,
I like the accent he did too.
I like that accent. So I guess we could go visit. Well, because what happens after that? Oh, she gets the thing, and then Gore's shadow creatures starts attacking
Yeah.
New Asgard, and that's when Thor sees that it's Jane.
But then Gore kidnaps the children.
Takes the kids, taking the kids.
Taking the kids.
Yeah, they needed one more god kill for Gore to take the kids.
Yeah.
I think in between that they should have got somebody, and they should have someone should have told them about. I heard of this place called New Asgard. Are you gonna let me live? No. And then kill another god.
That would have been cool.
I'm just saying.
Gonna kill Hercules. We'll get to that.
We'll get to that. I don't know. I'm. It's like so weird because it's like I'm getting floods of the movie back to me because it's been a couple. I saw this on Friday afternoon, guys.
It's hard to explain everything in order. Okay.
Yeah.
So once he takes the children, basically their mission is to get the children.
Yeah.
Before they think Gore is gonna murder them. So then they're on that mission, but then he finds out that she's dying from cancer. and she's getting weaker.
Well, a little bit before that, they actually go to that planet to go talk to Zeus.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they go to Zeus to ask for help before so to save the kids, but then Zeus is like, he'll never find eternity. So eternity is the place where Gore wants
magic
to
well.
go, yeah, to get his one wish.
Yep.
And then they're like, what? And then yeah, basically Zeus won't help them. So then they're like, F you, Zeus. And then
You're not-
Chris
you-
Hemsworth was
Are not invited to the orgy.
yeah. Man, that nude scene, I was like, man, I gotta work out.
Oh, Hemsworth's Hemis.
My God, semis.
Semis. Oh, Lisette knew already the scene.
Yeah.
As soon as it came on, oh my God. Because I had promised her, oh, I promise you're going to see his butt for real. Because in the commercials, it's edited and all that stuff.
Yeah.
As I promise you, it's going to show up. And she was waiting.
Imagine if they blurred it.
Oh my God, she fainted.
I'm just happy he has a juicy double because I hate when I hate when guys are buff and then you see their
Derriere?
yeah, in the movie and it's like a flat ass.
I know, Nathan.
Woof.
Just kidding.
Now he's double cheeked up all the time.
He's double cheeked up. He's triple
for no
cheeked
damn
up.
reason.
He's like Nicki Minaj.
He's a double quarter pounder.
Oh my God, he's protein style.
He's protein style. Plus another patty.
Damn, triple.
Damn, triple.
Shit.
I didn't even know they served that.
Man, every time he walks, it claps.
Yeah. buddy.
It's like this. Oh man, classic. Yep.
So that was a pleasant surprise.
Were you disappointed that there was a fake out with Korg? I thought he really died.
No.
Korg, the rock guy.
Yeah, I know.
I thought he was gonna die, and I was like, "Oh!"
But that part was making me so sad though. And then I heard him talk, and I was like, "Okay, thank goodness."
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like, I kind of, as much as I love Taika, I kind of think, what if they just killed him just to give Thor that motivation? But it was pretty funny when Valkyrie ties him to the back of her head.
Yeah. But they can't kill him and Natalie Portman at the same time. Same movie.
I guess, but they've taken a lot of things.
Lot.
They've taken a lot of things from Thor. Like, I feel like every movie Thor has to lose a lot.
And I didn't even realize the wolf woman that he was having relations with in the beginning was his wife.
Really? I didn't know that.
When I looked at the credits, it had her name. I was like, what? I didn't even realize. It went by so fast.
Oh, damn. Speaking of which, her movie, yeah, let's not get into it.
Maybe he should help her pick some.
He
films.
produced it. He actually had a great cameo in that movie.
Did he?
Yeah, he did.
Oh gosh.
It's just the beginning gets a little weird. It's a little weird as far as like acting, and then it gets a little bit better throughout. Like, it's a movie that Nathan would love. Anyways.
Oh yeah, just action movie. So yeah, so they don't get Zeus to help, so Thor kills Zeus. So you think?
Well, Zeus kills Korg, and he kills Zeus in retaliation. Technically.
Yeah. So then they're like, let's go save the kids ourselves.
With the lightning bolt.
Yeah, and then they go to the world that Gore is in, but then he's like, he sees Mighty Thor, and he's like, ooh, something's different with this one. She's not a god, she's dying.
Whoa.
But then that's when they find out that Gore needs Thor's
Stormbreaker.
sword. What's it called? Stormbreaker to get to eternity.
Mm-hmm.
So that in that moment, he's like starting to kill Valkyrie and Natalie Portman, Mighty Thor.
Mm-hmm.
So Thor gives up his Stormbreaker.
Well, he didn't give it up.
Well, he calls for it.
Yeah, they're leaving on the Rainbow Bridge, and Gore grabs the Stormbreaker from his hands because he's trying to save. Who's dying at that moment?
Mighty Thor.
But Valkyrie just got stabbed too.
Oh yeah,
didn't she?
Valkyrie got stabbed too.
So they have to go back to New Asgard, and that's when he finds out.
Yeah, and then Natalie Portman, or she comes back, and then she's not holding the hammer, so she's like dying again. And then she's in the hospital, and then that's when Thor finds out every time she grabs that hammer, it's killing her more.
Yeah.
And he's like, if you want, he's like, it's up to you if you want to grab it again. Then we can't work on us basically because you'll be dead. And he's like, if you don't grab it, you're giving us a second chance.
What did you think about the jealousy between Stormbreaker and Mjolnir?
I like that one.
That was freaking awesome.
That was
a lot of people are
hilarious.
mad about that, but I thought it was hilarious. He would
Why would people be mad about that?
I like when he goes, walks up to it when it's sitting on the barrel, and he goes, "So, how long is this? How long has this been going on?"
Oh yeah, that one.
And then when he goes up to Stormbreaker and offers his beer and pets it, or when he when the Stormbreaker randomly comes into the frame.
Yeah.
Like, it was so good. Yeah.
Too good.
And then Thor says, well, Valkyrie's decommissioned and Mighty Thor stays behind. And also introduced to Heimdall's son. I didn't know Heimdall's son. I didn't even know Heimdall had a son.
Me neither.
He anyways, to explain Heimdall's son, he's one of the captured children with the other children, but he has his dad's power and he's able to project Thor in their prison, which is what Heimdall was able to do in Thor Ragnarok. They showed that he can project and still communicate with someone, even though, you know what I mean? Even though they're miles and thousands of miles away, galaxies away or whatever. Anyways, so Thor decides, I'm going on my own.
Mm-hmm.
And I gotta say, the soundtrack to this movie is awesome. The use of Guns N' Roses was refreshing. It fit the tone. I need to listen to the score by itself because it wasn't like a standout score. Like, I feel like Ragnarok's score really stood out because it sounded like very much 80s and video gamey.
But there was a score when, I don't know if it was in the credits or something, it goes boom, boom, boom.
Oh.
But then it went into the song and I was like, not that great.
Yeah, it was like a rock inspired type of score by Michael Giacchino. I'm gonna go back and listen to it. It wasn't a standout compared to the music like Guns N' Roses and stuff that were played throughout the movie. And then well, shoot, Thor powers the kids.
Mm-hmm. I couldn't believe he could do that.
I couldn't believe it either. It was now this, oh my God, I've been watching so many spoiler reviews, right? And this has been one of the biggest problems for other people. Is if Thor could do that with the kids, how come he didn't do that with the other Avengers? Yeah, in the other movies. And I'm like, come on, this is the fourth outing. They're trying to give him new powers. This probably was not even in their brain when they were making the other films, right?
Mm-hmm.
But, of course, Marvel has built this, reputation of consistency and storytelling that I think that's why everyone's having so many problems with the new phase here. But either way, it was a fun moment. The only other thing that I could see where people probably were kind of right, maybe, there should have been at least one kid not worthy. It would be so cool to see a kid bummed out,
like the one with the teddy bear.
Oh my God, yeah! And I thought it was so much fun. That's actually Seth's favorite part was with the kids going, bananas.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was hilarious. They're all screaming, ah! And it was what was the best part about it is not seeing Thor go through a bunch of just random monsters again.
Yeah,
I think that was the point of it. Let's have the kids have fun, and Thor can go fight Gore.
Easy enough.
It was a good fight.
And he almost dies.
Almost dies. Mighty Thor shows up. She decides to pick up the hammer.
And you can see how sad Thor is.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
But I also did like that technically Gore wins.
Yeah, he does.
He makes it to the finish line. He doesn't make his original wish though. But I did like how they transitioned because Thor said, "You already won, Gore. I could spend it fighting you, or I could go and spend it with basically the person
The
he
one I
loves."
love.
Yeah.
Because that's all anyone wants.
Oh, ain't
Is love.
that the truth? All we
Mhm.
want is to be loved and to love somebody. Everything else is fucking trash. You know what I mean? You find the love, you have the love, and that's what matters. You know? No? Okay. All right, cool. You're really helpful.
I don't know what you want me to say about that.
And so Gore decides to wish for his daughter to come back.
Which was fucked up because I thought he was gonna wish that Mighty Thor was gonna live.
Why would Gore do that?
Because he saw the way that Thor loves her
Oh,
and Thor was doing his
but
speech and the way Gore was looking at them, I was like, oh, okay.
I
He's
think
gonna be a stand-up guy
right.
and he's gonna be like, okay, cure this woman's cancer.
Only I would buy it if they had one more scene together to establish maybe Gore understands Thor a little more.
Well, I thought because they had that moment where he's like,
Yeah.
oh, you're dying. I
Oh,
thought, him
yeah.
knowing that and then Thor having that speech, I'd rather spend the time with someone I love. And then Gore's just looking at them.
It
I was
could have worked, but it makes sense because his whole motivation started because his daughter dies. So I think either way it could work. You know, he could have seen his daughter within Mighty Jane when she was sitting there laying helpless, and
Yeah.
then
Because it's the same way he was holding his daughter when she was
yeah,
dying.
that was a nice little. That's a bookend that I didn't even think about.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. He could have done that. Now he made Thor dad.
Without a wife.
Well, I guess
Single
he's
dad.
uncle. He's Uncle Thor now, right? Isn't
Yeah.
she call him Uncle? Yeah. So
And I didn't know his kid had an Australian accent.
who?
Chris Hemsworth.
Oh yeah. She did good. I mean,
She did a great job.
Bale was able to act with her, and that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Then of course the mighty Thor. I guess evaporates. I mean,
She
she
goes to
does.
Valhalla.
She goes to Valhalla just like Odin did in Thor Ragnarok, which was maybe some people didn't understand that, but yeah, that's the whole point of the movie they talked about throughout the movie was Valhalla. So,
Yeah.
and she ended up being worthy enough to go. And then after that, Thor in Love. I guess the whole the title's been staring us the spoiler the whole time.
Slapping a square in the face.
Square in the face. Love and Thunder going around the galaxy and protecting it. And that's where we leave Thor off, is basically.
I thought she was gonna go to school.
I thought so too. I thought she was gonna go to school and telling her not to be nervous and all this stuff, but nope, they're fighting together. I wonder if they're gonna go for a God of War type of aesthetic from now on, which is because God of War is that there's it's hard to explain that because I don't remember a lot of the game now. Kratos and his son, kind of thing. They're together and they have to go up against gods and whatever. Either way, that's probably kind of what they're trying to go for.
Yeah.
And it seems like honestly, if you look at the MCU, there's a lot of younger storylines going on. I mean, they have Hawkeye, they have the young girl now, not Haley Atwell, Haley, what's her name? Steinfeld.
Oh yeah, that's her name.
Yeah, she's Hawkeye now, or and then who else is young now? I'm blanking on names here. Oh, Miss Marvel. By the way, Miss Marvel's still going strong, man. 5
That's a
episodes in,
great show.
fantastic show.
Fantastical.
If they stick the landing with episode 6, it beats all of the Marvel series.
Yeah, it's one of the best.
Because 1 through 5, fantastico. Wow, that last episode. Did you see all the 5?
No,
Yeah. Did we see?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. I won't talk about that. But
Wait,
yeah,
the last one we saw, she's in Pakistan.
but so the last thing you saw was the train.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There's
We're missing an episode?
Yeah, you're missing an episode.
Oh, because Friday we were busy, huh, babe?
Yeah.
Come out on Fridays.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it comes out on Wednesdays, but
Oh, so we're definitely behind. Oh, so then tomorrow's Tuesday.
But if you wait 2 days, you'll have 2 episodes. But yeah, episode 5 was really good. I really enjoyed it. But yeah, so you can see that there's a clear like line of we're gonna try to get some younger people in here to take over the reins, and yeah. Okay, man. Zeus is not really dead though.
No, Zeus
Post
is
credit.
alive. You have to stay for 2 post credits.
Yep, 2.
Well, I feel like the very last one was kind of like a waste of time.
Yes and no.
She was just in Valhalla. That's it.
Well, okay, so the first post credit scene, they already teased Hercules' appearance because Thor brought him up, and what made this moment a little more, because I'm not into Greek mythology. Everyone knows that. I'm not into that. There's certain things I like I love Thor and stuff like that, but Hercules, yeah, okay, cool. And comic books, I'm not too familiar with as far as this character is concerned. But for me, it was because it's what's his name in the show? Ted Lasso.
Oh, Roy Kent.
Roy fucking Kent.
Roy fucking
Yes,
Kent.
father. And he's built, man. That guy is built.
Finally, because in Ted Lasso, he's slacking, dude.
Well, there
He
he
has
is,
no
man.
muscle. He's just skinny and hairy.
He's Hercules. I don't know what they're gonna do with him. I don't know if he's gonna be. I mean, obviously they're sending him up as an antagonist, but I don't think he's all. I don't think he's ultimately gonna kill Thor, especially since his dad lived.
Yeah.
Like if a dad died, then maybe that's I feel like there's a different motivator that if Zeus died, but whatever. And then the last post credit scene, it shows that the mighty Thor is in Valhalla, and Heimdall's there to greet her. I honestly thought Odin was. I thought Odin was gonna show up, but no, it was Heimdall, and it was basically the con has come to me. It's a
Con?
yeah, it's another way of saying they're not really dead.
Mm.
And I'm kind of you only had the guts to kill Steve and Tony, and then even then I hear rumblings that they might come back, and it's like, why can't we just, like Coulson technically is dead, but they still did Agents of Shield. I'm just saying, like, just if they're dead, they're dead. They're gone. Obviously, the mighty Thor and Heimdall, they're gonna come back. Come on, that's what it's showing, right?
I think they're gonna help from the afterlife.
You think so?
Yeah.
Or I might be just crazy and be right from the beginning when I said I think it's just we're just witnessing so many timelines that they're all gonna intersect soon.
I can see that.
Or we're actually witnessing multiverse movies and shows. All of these are taking place on different multiverses. And eventually, like the main storyline is WandaVision and Doctor Strange and Spider-Man, maybe. I don't know. But at least WandaVision and Doctor Strange and everything else that's happening is all a ripple effect of what happened in Loki and a ripple effect that happened in Doctor Strange or whatever, or since Spider-Man No Way Home. I don't know. I'm such a freaking nerd, but I don't know. We'll find out soon, I guess.
We shall see.
But I don't know what else I could say about this movie. It is a lot of fun. I did talk about, if you don't remember, some of my cons is that Thor's a little too silly. They needed, commentate Thor, commentate.
I loved it.
And then, I mean, I love it too. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of great moments. He made me laugh every single time. So there's no problem in him landing the humor. I just felt, let's have a little some serious story. And then I felt like Gore should have had one more God kill. But other than that, guys, it's a fun, action-packed blockbuster. Funny. You're gonna eat probably 2 bowls of popcorn if you get popcorn. As far as a rating, I know I'm gonna like it a lot more the second time. So I don't know. Like Doctor Strange, I saw it
I
again.
give it a 4 out of 5.
I saw Doctor Strange again, and I go, man, I think I gave it an 8. Or did I give it a 7? I don't see. That's the problem. I need to write down what I give these movies sometimes.
You do need to start writing it down.
Anyways,
I give it 4 out of 5.
4 out of
And
5
an
is
8 out of 10.
I think 4 out of 5 is pretty respectable. But then I'm like, when I think of letters, though, it would be like a B plus. I wouldn't give it an A because I feel like Thor Ragnarok is an A. So I'd say B plus, a high B plus, like 88, 89%.
Oh, that's pretty high.
I think so. I mean, I think it's gonna hover around there. I think it's gonna be, even if I see it again, I still think I'm gonna find it enjoyable and all that stuff. It's definitely a movie that you could see more than once. So, side note.
It's a fun one.
Side note. I know this whole thing was about Thor and stuff. Hopefully, it's entertaining to everybody. I saw Elvis.
Wait, don't talk about it yet. I want to watch it, and then we'll both talk about it.
Okay, fine. Well, I saw
There you
it.
go.
You're welcome. I hope I remember it when you see it, but
You'll remember it. We'll see it this weekend when you come over.
I have shitty. Why would I watch it again?
Well, so it's not good enough to watch again. That's like we just figured it out.
I don't know if I don't. Okay, that is an example of something I don't know if I would watch again, but I won't give a review. I won't give a review. I'll tell you in person.
Wow. So should I watch it illegally instead?
You should always pay for your movies. Go to the theater.
Yes, for the sake of the podcast, I will agree with you.
Brett, what am I gonna do with you, dog?
Sorry, bro.
We also watched Father of the Bride.
Trash.
No, actually, it was actually really entertaining.
You're gonna do me like that?
I'm gonna do you like that. It was really fun. I had fun with it.
Sure. Go ahead, give your review if you want to talk about that trash.
It's not trash. It is predictable. But
yeah, because the first one's already come out.
No,
and with
but
the
this
funnier
is
actor, Steve Martin.
Predictable in a different sense.
Okay, go ahead.
But it's a daddy's little girl story, but it's fun. It's glazed in culture, dipped in culture and pride and that I think that was cool. This dad who came from nothing with his wife and built a wonderful life for his family, and then for his relationship to be in shambles, but his daughter is, she asked a man for marriage, she proposed, and just a way to like the traditional values being questioned, and that's really the pull and tug of the movie is two different generations butting heads and disagreeing the whole time. And I don't know, I thought it was a really fun movie. It was an HBO movie, so you can't, it's not really like I had fun. There you go, I had fun.
Well, what do you think about that, babe?
I agree with most of what McKinley said.
You didn't watch it, babe.
We're talking about Love and Thunder.
We're talking about Father of the Bride.
Well, you made me go get your wallet, so
he was talking about it when you came back. Sorry, Megan.
Dropped in my train of thought.
This is so awkward.
Oh my god. Okay. Cool.
Sorry.
Okay, well, Britt, would you like to? I think we
No,
said
because I
enough.
did the intro. You could do the outro. And see if you can do it better than me.
I can always do everything better than you.
Wow, Brenda.
Thank you guys for listening to us week to week. Those of you who listen to us week to week, we madly appreciate it. Those of you who are playing catch up, we also appreciate it. We know it's the summer season as well, and well, I don't know. But we do appreciate it. We do, guys. If you guys can share an episode or two, your favorite one, whatever, that would be cool. You could share the picture I post on Instagram. You can follow us on Instagram at the Movie Reference. You can listen to us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. There's so many others. If you click on the link that's on the Instagram page, it will bring you to the Anchor page, and it'll actually say, "Do you want to listen on Spotify, or if you want to listen on to other platforms?" So if there's something that you listen to podcasts on something different, guess what? We might be on there. Right now, though, it shows that Spotify and Apple are the most popular. So we get it. What else? What else?
You don't watch it through Anchor?
You can listen to Anchor. Yeah. There's a lot of different places. Sorry, it's not a video. It's okay. We don't want to do it. I don't want to do it, and it's really it's too much work.
If we get to our body goals, we'll do it.
No, I'm not gonna even put.
Fully bathing
I'm not
suit
even-
episode.
I'm not even putting it out there. Brittany,
there.
she is gonna continue to dedicate her time, patience, and energy to the show. She really loves doing the show, and I'm glad that she lets me speak for her. In this moment, she loves the Movie Reference, and she can't wait every week to record with me. And there's no drama here.
You take everything so personal. I wasn't talking about the podcast.
There's no drama here. And I don't know. I'm just kidding. Thank you guys so much for listening. Hopefully you liked our Thor Love and Thunder spoiler episode. Hopefully you guys went to see it before you listen to it. If not, sorry. Hopefully you found it entertaining and whatnot. We're getting up on our year here. My goodness. 5 more episodes. We still got to do our most underrated movie lines episode. We will do that soon. And we got to do our top 20 favorite movie lists. Those are the 2 things that you guys voted for when we put up the polls like a couple weeks ago. And I promise you they are coming within the next couple weeks. Hopefully, my fingers crossed, will be episode 51 and 52 when they happen. So just a few more to chug along there. But thanks again, as always, guys. Deuces.
Doses and mimosas, champagne and cocaine.
And I don't know your name. I'm into the fame, I'm into the flame.